Hello everyone, today we are gonna be reacting to some petty revenge breakup edition because sometimes karma takes too long to play and so you have to go in and give it a little push. Let's get into it. Letting my ex-husband drown in attorney fees. After 5 years of marriage and endless false promises, I finally get my personal revenge. Like Charlotte Robre says here on the YouTube channel. By the way, guys, if you don't follow her, I think you should because she's awesome. We move in the shadows. My ex-husband, 32, and I, 33, got married in 2017. After 1 year of long-distance relationship between the US and Germany, the US and Germany? Europe and US? Oh boy. We sealed the deal, got married in the US, and we wanted me to live with him in the good old US of A. Because he didn't want to learn another language. Okay, the pure reason is because you don't want to learn another language? That's a little bit weird. Like, if there was like any other reason, like better lifestyle in the US, but purely because you don't want to learn the language, kind of strikes me as a little bit selfish straight away. Like, when you're in a international relationship, you have to have like a consideration that there's two cultures, there's two languages, there's two people that are getting together. It is sometimes like a little bit more complex than someone of the same country just like getting together, because here you're sharing heritage and language is a part of that heritage. So the fact that they're straight away so adamant to not learn German just like without a specific reason throws me a little off straight away, because if you're starting a future, you probably will have kids if that's something you want, and you should be proud and you should try your best to share both parents' heritage with those kids. And I feel like straight away it hits me as kind of trying to like annul that and being like, no, we're not gonna teach the German. Like, I'm not gonna learn German. I don't care about that part of your life. That's really strange to me. And let me know in the comment, guys, if you agree with that or not. I personally have the belief that you guys might know that my partner is from the US and I am Portuguese, so like we try our best, like even without kids or anything, I try my best and he tries his best to like learn about each other's cultures. Like, we just recently celebrated like the 4th of July. Like, we're in Portugal, like 4th of July is not a thing, but I think it's important to maintain those things. So I don't know, I'm getting straight away a little bit uncomfortable, but let's continue. To make things easier, he moved in with me in Germany for a job I helped him to get, so he would have time to finalize my plans for immigration and immigration. Now my ex didn't even got started to gather all required documents for himself to be my sponsor. Said and done, I had all documents well sorted out, cancelled all my contracts, sold my belongings, sent large parts of my things to the US, and that's not cheap at all, and said goodbye to my lovely home, friends, and family. Like, moving to a whole nother country, guys, is a hell of a lot. Like, it's a lot of fees, a lot of expenses, not only for the immigration process, but to take your stuff with you. Most times you just have to end up like selling everything and start from zero. It really is like that. So I don't know if I want to know what happens next. Little did I know, my ex-husband did not do a single bit of research or even did his part for my immigration process. And I wasn't able to set foot on the plane that would bring me to my new home. Oh God. Long story short, he left to the US without me, and I was homeless with a suitcase and 2 cats. This is so not okay. This is so not freaking okay. He continued to lead me on with promises to come and get me. Meanwhile, he started a polyamorous affair, dude. What is wrong with these people? Like, you don't need to stay with someone if you don't like them. Like, what is wrong with these people? Like, seriously, oh my god, take me out of here. This poor person, like, I'm so sorry you went through this. This is absolutely disgusting. Later, he got involved with a 21-year-old young lady. I lived with my parents for a few months to get back on my feet, find a new apartment, and a new source of income. You don't get to ruin a person's life like this. Like, that is disgusting behavior. Now, I never went to German officials to get our marriage recognized in Germany, mostly because I didn't think it was necessary, because we planned to live together in the US, but my laziness should be proven to be useful later. So this is the thing, guys. When you get married with a person from another country, and if you get, like, depending on where you choose to get married, like, so in this case, they married in the US, your marriage is only valid in the US until it gets recognized into your own country. So usually, typically, what you want to do is that if you get married in the US in this case, you have your marriage license in the US, and then you bring it to the other country, in this case Germany, and then you basically just let them know that you got married, and they translate the wedding to be valid in the other person's country too. So typically, that's what's done, and you do it just to prove that you're married. It usually has, like, anything to do with, like, banks and legal documents and stuff like that. It is good to know and recognize your marriage like that, because, for example, if they wanted to buy a house together in Germany, their wedding would have to be recognized in Germany. But because it seems like they don't want to be together no more, she might have some leverage here. So let's see. Since he was with his new girlfriend 21, I broke up the relationship. In the US, we still count as married, and focused on myself, regaining my independence and rebuild my life in my home country. I fell in love with an acquaintance I've known for 13 years, and we soon found that we have very much the same goals in life and the very same ideals and wishes for a monogamous life. Good, good. I'm glad you were able to turn it around. Meanwhile, I've been in contact with my ex to finally get him to start the divorce in the US, which will probably not happen, because if he didn't even do the slightest research when you got married, like, I can't even imagine. Though, if he really wants to get married with his new girl, he'll have to do that, because the wedding is recognized in the US. Since the marriage was closed in the US, only US citizen is able to petition for the divorce at the district court. I didn't want my name to be further affiliated with him, and I also didn't see the reason why he should further profit from tax benefits. Exactly. I made clear I didn't want this anymore and wanted to move on. Finally, he got a process started and forgot one single thing. I am not an American citizen. So everything that applies in the US when it comes to paperwork doesn't apply to me in Germany. Means serving me via email? Nope. Wanting me to sign something electronically? Nope, not possible. All they would have to do is to send me the notarized, signed, and translated paperwork via physical mail. But they don't. So I get email after email with pleas to get me to sign the US divorce papers, oh god, electronically. With every mail his lawyer sends me, he ramps up. Oh my god, okay. See, you gotta do your research. Don't get me wrong, I certainly told the lawyer what he has to do in order to get me to sign a legally significant piece of paper. But I guess he doesn't know international laws. Well, that's not your problem then, is it? So at this point, my ex still sits on all of my belongings. I ask him to give back, and since he doesn't do that, I'll keep collecting spam mails from his lawyer. So yeah, that's true, because before she mentioned she sent literally everything to the US, but she didn't get to step foot on the US, so he has all of her belongings. Also, the trauma that he made her go through of being freaking homeless with her 2 cats. like selling her whole life just to be with this guy. Like, that's good petty revenge, I would say. That's my personal revenge for leading me on, using my hopeless romantic heart and leaving me alone when things went hard. I don't count as married in Germany, and I am currently expecting a little baby boy with my partner, and we are building a life together without false promises. I'm so glad to hear that this person is finally doing good. It seems like they finally found the right partner for them, and their life is figured out. I don't know how much trouble it will be. The fact that she's still legally bound to this man in the US, it might be a little bit tough. I don't know, for example, if he has debt and stuff like that in the US, if they can ever come for her because they're still technically married. But this is the thing, like, she even told the lawyer how they could figure this out. So the fact that they're just dismissing what is legal in Germany to be done to finalize the wedding, and they just keep sending emails. I mean, maybe the lawyer is being petty and getting some monies out of him because he knows the right way to do it, but he doesn't want to. So yeah, you know what? It is a lot, but I think this person's getting what they deserve, to be honest. Guy trolls his ex-wife via programmable thermostat. Oh no. My former wife loves to take expensive vacations. We live in Ohio, which doesn't exactly have extravagant places to see unless you like to watch grass growing or interstate construction. I wouldn't call that my kind of tea, but you know, it might be for some people. While we make okay money, I'm convinced she felt the need to single-handedly improve the US economy by taking elaborate vacations. Broadway shows in New York City, gambling in Las Vegas, spas in Arizona, sightseeing in San Francisco. I mean, if you have the means to do that, and if both parties agree, I see no harm on that, especially like if you're doing good money, like, you get to spoil it a little bit on yourself. But it seems like in this situation it is a problem. The airlines knows me so well, they ask about my dog when I call to make reservation. His name's Fred. Oh, how nice. In my attempts to try and save whatever I could, so this princess could have her nice things. So this is the point here. Like I was saying, it's all nice when it's agreed in both parties that you want to take nice vacations. If you're married and you're like you have your finances joint, like, you have to agree on how you spend your money. It's just how it is. And it seems like here there is a little bit of not great communication. I bought this Honeywell Wi-Fi enabled device so I could adjust the HVAC while we were away piling up massive amounts of debt on Mickey Mouse watches. Yeah, if you need to collect debt to go on those vacations, that's not good. I thought we could save a few bucks by keeping the temp cool in the winter and warm in the summer. The device was easy to install. I did not have the blue connector, so I had to repurpose the green one. This required an adjustment to the actual HVAC unit in our house. There are plenty of videos on YouTube to demonstrate how to do this. Within an hour, I was up and running. The device works flawlessly. You can adjust the temp from anywhere you have a Wi-Fi or cellular signal. Little did I know that my ex had found someone that had a bit more money than I did and decided to make other travel plans. Those plans included her no longer being my wife and finding a new travel partner, Carl, a banker. We're exposing Carl, the banker. He probably doesn't even know about this other guy, which probably, like, that's really sad. She took the house, the dog, and a good chunk of my 401k. Oh my god. But didn't mess with the wireless access point or the Wi-Fi enabled Honeywell thermostat. Oof. Since this past Ohio winter has been so cold, I've been messing with the temp while the new lovebirds are sleeping. Doesn't everyone want to wake up at 7 a.m. to a 40-degree house? When they are away on their weekend getaways, I crank the heat up to 80 degrees and back down to 40 before they arrive. I can only imagine what their electricity bill might be. It makes me smile. I know this won't last forever, but I can't help but smile every time I log in and see that it still works. I also can't wait for warmer weather when I can crank the heat up to 80 degrees while the lovebirds are sleeping. After all, who doesn't want to wake up to 80 degrees in the middle of June? Dude, I am a petty person, and I like to see karma play out. And if you need a little bit of help to make karma play out, as long as it's not harmful, this is the cross line. As long as it's not harmless, as long as it is harmless, I said it wrong. As long as it is harmless, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful because no one likes to be treated like pure shit, right? Like, people don't. So seeing people finally getting what they deserve, it just gives you a little bit of a satisfying feeling sometimes. And I don't know if personally I could ever do any of these, because once again, my pettiness is more of seeing like karma play out by itself. I usually never go and give it the little push, but it's just quite fun to see when people do, because like, this is freaking hilarious. Ijax, my Spotify. That was like a little bit hard to read, not gonna lie. My ex as an Echo Dot in the preschool classroom where she works that she kept when we separated. The Echo Dot is linked to my Amazon account and my Spotify. She had agreed when we initially split to pay for the Spotify and Amazon subscription, and we would share them, and I'd paid for other subscriptions. Out of the blue, about a month ago, she decided to get a new debit card, which meant everything went to my card that was on file for several things. This hit me with about $70 of various subscriptions, unbeknownst to me until my card got rejected, and I checked my account. Fast forward to today, after changing various passwords when I started paying for these myself. I used Google to play some music on Spotify today, and it played for about 5 seconds and then stopped. What the? I thought I told it to start a song again, and it stops. What the is going on? Pull up my phone, and then it sets in music is playing on XXX classroom speaker. So she's still using my account even though she's refusing to pay for her portion? I mean, I could just deauthorize the speaker, but what fun would that be? And then this is where the pettiness comes. And I don't want to punish the kids in her class because she's an uber B-word. Then the idea clicks. I logged into my Alexa app and boom, idea can be executed. I enable kids mode on the speaker and lock it for my 4-year-old's daughter age restrictions. This allows the kids music but will filter anything explicit. She likes to listen to rap music with explicit lyrics when the kids are sleeping and other times when the boss isn't around to hear things. You know what? I like this one. I like this one quite a bit because not only was this person... I feel like this is petty and not hurtful, first of all, so that's always good. But thinking about the children, really nice, but it sure is petty. The only thing that it makes me think is that if they purely forgot that they weren't paying their part no more because of the new card, I believe that you would remember, but damn. So now we're here to what? Some Peppa Pig, Coco Melon? Is that even on Spotify? I don't even know. Wow, okay. You know, it's fair. It's fair. Once again, it's your money that's being spent and you get locked out and that's not fun. So that's good. That's good. And that's all for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this one, you might enjoy this video too. As always, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye bye.